you came in mid-season and obviously went pretty well for you. But is it easy coming back now because you know what's going on? Is it a lot different?
I mean, yeah, there's always those little nuggets that you start changing in an offense year to year, but it is nice to have that foundation of things, coming in last season and then being able to actually, I think I said this before, was just, understanding everything and understanding where things come from. Last year it was kind of memorization and knowing the concept, but then now I know where the word comes from, how it attaches to the offense and things like that. So it is definitely a lot better to come in and more get that more in-depth conversation with the offense. So.
When they draft a kind of a game breaker wide receiver like that, what does that do to the tight end position when you see Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, he's been out here running routes, and that just does nothing but help us. Opens things up in the middle, makes it easier for me to play one-on-one. And when I was the last few years, I've been having to beat two guys, and so now it's a little easier to beat one. So.
TJ, can you talk about the thought process of having to get over how the game ended last year, the final game, and just how you mentally prepare yourself to get ready for another season?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you're always trying to win, I mean, so each competitor, you got to put things aside and you got to move on, I mean, that's the whole thing in this locker room and guys in here, we want to win a championship, and that's no secret, but so does every other organization. So it's putting things to bed, learning from things that we did last year, and then continuing to get better from that. There's nowhere to go but up. We want to be able to do the same things we did but go further. I mean, that's the reality of it, and I think we're on the right track out here to do that. We got guys working hard and we're pushing each other, so it's a good thing.
Are you want to pay attention to the moves other teams make within the division and the conference, seeing the Lions and them, kind of how they boast with their lineup this offseason? Do you pay attention to any of that?
No, I mean, it never really matters. You kind of look at things year to year, and it doesn't really matter until the week because guys get hurt, the roster fluctuates, and I know how it goes over there. There's a lot of injuries a lot of the time, so it's one of those things you just you never can look at the roster. Everything fluctuates, and that's the same thing here. It's the next man up mentality, and it's just that's the reality of the league, and that's the reality of the situation we're in.
Does week one feel forever away when you start the OTAs? I mean, you look at the calendar, it feels like you got all day, but you guys are already starting to kind of build what's gonna matter even then right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's May, I mean, we're just trying to lay the foundation of route running, kind of learn things, learn how to do things, learn the ins and outs of everything, I mean, it's really, it's nice to come out here and start to do things again, because guys, especially during the COVID year, I remember just not doing these things until June, July, and then, getting ready for the camp, and it took a while to get used to a guy in front of you, so it's nice to come out here, get a guy in front of you. We're 2 days in, so you just get used to that, and, just going back and looking at tape and seeing what you did last year and the years prior, and continuing on to build from that.
TJ, how does Oliver compliment you as a tight end?
I mean, he's great. He's a great dude. I mean, obviously he's massive. I don't know if you guys seen him around, but the dude's jacked. So it's great to be alongside of him, and just being able to have that in your arsenal is great. To be able to play, and like we did last year with Johnny, is to be able to play 12 personnel. Those two guys to be able to have by the side and in the tight end room is really a luxury because you don't get many guys as hard-nosed as that, and then that are willing to put their nose in there and get after somebody. So.
Are you approaching OTAs any differently than the contract year?
Yeah, no, I mean that's not really anything I'm focused on. I mean it is what it is. I think that's no secret that that's coming up, but I'm not. That's not a focus that I'm worried about. I'm just out here playing football, having fun with the guys. Really enjoying the city of Minneapolis and trying to get around these fans because this is a place obviously I want to be, and just everything needs to work out, and so I hope to be here for a long time, but on the same hand, you know, it is a business, and there's a side of that. So, I don't look at that, but it's great to be here right now.